He just yell? I'm gonna make a new Twitter soon. Well, you should let me know what it is or just follow me when you do. Honestly though, like I said, I don't know. My Twitter kind of dead, ain't gonna lie. I've been posting there for like a hot ass minute, but it just died. Actually, I had 3 Twitter accounts, and usually how it goes is it's like I post for a bit, one post blows up, I kind of get semi-popular on Twitter for a bit. It usually just plateaus after that, and then my account dies. And that has happened across 3 accounts so far. So I think I'm just kind of cursed on Twitter. So like I really do not care about Twitter as much anymore. That sucks. Not really. I mean, the way I look at it is Twitter doesn't really bring me any like positivity to my life or like my online persona, what I do. Like my Instagram has been far more successful than my Twitter ever could be. I thought you stopped. I mean, I did stop for like a week. I did come back, but I don't really post as often as I do anymore. I've kind of just accepted that like Twitter is just one of those platforms for me that doesn't really like, it's not gonna like bring anything in, but I still like to get some ideas out and stuff and thoughts out and talk about my hobbies. Twitter is still like the only like platform that's around where you can just like blankly post thoughts and stuff. So and that's good at least though. Yeah, I know. I think I just gotta change the way I look at things, you know, like I gotta change my mindset, you know. And when I look at it that way, it's kind of like easier to look at things. Because before I used to get really depressed. I was like, damn, my Twitter's not doing well at all. And it's just like, well, I've kind of accepted that, you know, some places are going to work better and some are not. The algorithm picks and chooses the people that it wants to boost. And most of the time on Twitter anyway, in order to get like a post that blows up, you either do porn, you have to do something controversial or say something controversial, or you just do porn. That's like pretty much it. There's nothing else to do on Twitter that actually gets you anywhere. Then there's the off chances, like some people, you know, post like their hobbies and they do well, but that's usually probably because they have other platforms that they use that people carry over. Either like Instagram, if someone's on Instagram and they're on Twitter and then they see you're on Twitter too, they'll follow. You know what I mean? But most of the time you have to do something that's really out of pocket to get anywhere on Twitter or out of the norm. Or of course being in a certain certain circle of people who are already kind of more well established. If you're friends with people like that, then people will obviously come check out your content too. And I really don't consider myself part of any like social circle. I don't talk to no one. No one talks to me really that much. So kind of just SOL on social groups and stuff, you know? I don't beat myself. I try not to beat myself up for it. There's only so much that I can do that I can handle in my own hands, you know? If people don't want to talk to me, then that's fine. Can't force people to talk to you. Fair and understandable. Yeah. When it comes to anything social media, I feel like if you're really trying to make it, you have to have connections, you know? And if you don't have those connections, it's really harder to do things all on your own. And most of the time, that's just not going to work out like that if you're trying to do it on your own. So it's just best to just try and not really focus hard on that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the thing that happened to me when I was doing that and I was like going down that pipeline is you start to compare yourself to people around you, including your own friends. And, you know, you don't want to compare yourself to your own friends. That's kind of like, you know, you don't want to do that. When it gets to that point, you kind of just got to like, you got to build your own thing, you know, make your own connections. You want to like make people want to have a connection with you. Not in like a weird transactional way, but you want people to like, you want to build something up where people like you on your own terms, you know, and not on their terms. You can't change what you can't accept. Exactly. It took me a long time to get to that mindset though. A really long time. I mean, at one point, like I used to be like pretty well known on Twitter, especially in like the Femboy community. And like I had a, like, I don't know, I'm not trying to like inflate, have an ego, but like people would say my name and know me, you know? And then once that all kind of like left, it took a while to kind of go back to that not as popular, I guess, like mindset. And it just took me forever to break out of that mindset of still having that 16,000 follower mindset, you know, 50,000 views plus per post, high constant engagement. And I have ADHD, so like, you know, you're always kind of looking for that source of dopamine. You know what I mean? Your brain is constantly looking for a dopamine source. I remember when my posts would hit like 50K, 10K even, and I would just get this rush, this like high almost. But then once all my accounts basically started dying and people started moving on, because that eventually happens, especially in spaces where it's like aesthetic based and stuff, it really made me depressed. And it took me a long ass time to get out of that depression. I think I'm just starting to way to live, I guess. Last night I went through my photo album and I basically cleaned up all my pictures. Like I don't see them in my photo album anymore. I didn't delete them, I have them hidden, but like I never go to my hidden folder anyway, so I'm gonna basically forget about them until I stumble on them again, and I'm probably just gonna delete them at that point. Like I don't even wear the clothes, I don't take pictures anymore. Like I basically replaced that with streaming. I like to stream and I really want to make something out of this, and I really want to be a big streamer one day. That's the goal. New mindsets, good choice. Yeah, especially when I'm making content that's not highly like transactional, you know, because of a certain aesthetic that's always just gonna disappear. You know what I mean? I don't know. I like streaming more. I like talking to you guys and stuff. Like I've always said this so many times. I don't do this for money. I just do this because, you know, I like doing stuff online, and two, I like having a community. I feel like this is more sustainable, like streaming. And then, you know, there's also, I don't have that weird stigma attached to me that I have to tell people I'm a femboy. Honestly though, when I read that book yesterday, my manga yesterday, and I finished it, I was really happy. It made me like cry a little bit because I haven't really read anything in like a year and a half. I've been so caught up in this like femboy persona that I literally made it my entire like personality. It was affecting pretty much every facet of my life. And when I was going through my photos, which by the way, it's 3,778 pictures, it made me sad. It was like, man, I really just wasted all that time. 2 years of my life essentially on this persona that didn't even lead to anything, because when I stopped doing it, it didn't even leave me with anything. I didn't make any new connections. I didn't make a dime off doing it. It's like I had to ask myself, like, what did I do any of this for all this time? What did I do it for? Because if I didn't do it for money, was it the attention? Like what did I do it for? But when I was going through my pictures, I found I used to be a big like sky photographer on my phone, I guess. I used to take a bunch of pictures of the sky, and I made an album of them. And I have them on like a slideshow wallpaper for my phone. I even have some like the sky, the moon. I have a picture of Jupiter next to the moon, because sometimes you can see Jupiter in the sky next to the moon. It's really small, but I used to indulge in actual hobbies, you know? And I basically, during these past 2 years, I didn't do any of my hobbies that I enjoyed, you know? It was really depressing. I basically had to relearn how to do my hobbies. Like, I'm still learning that it's okay to be like by yourself in your own time. Like, I had to learn that it's okay if things are silent. It doesn't have to be constant like pings and notifications and people commenting on your posts all the time and high views, and it's okay to just live. Like, you don't have to be like this ultra super mega celebrity personality or whatever. When I look back at this time of my life, like I said, what do I have to show for any of it? Like, it didn't lead me anywhere. It really was all for nothing. Like, objectively, it was literally for nothing. And plus eventually the whole clothing thing, the femboy thing, is just not going to work out for you anymore. Life creeps up, you know, like it doesn't really like keep up, you know? And if you are making money doing it, like it only can last for so long unless you have like really ultra like god tier genetics, you know what I mean? It doesn't last like that. But yeah, and then when I made the decision in December that I was gonna start streaming more, and I told myself I want to start streaming more, that's what I'm gonna do. And it was a rough like time transitioning to that, because my streaming obviously wasn't as popular as my posts. So there was a middle period where I was basically doing both, but like I didn't really know what I was doing, and I would still prioritize my posting more, and I would incorporate like pictures into like my streams and stuff like that. But then it got to a point where even posting pictures wasn't even doing well anymore. Like people weren't even interacting with that, but I still did it. It's like I can revive this, because I was still sucked into that high drive of, you know, high content posting. It didn't feel fulfilling at all. Like people might say the same thing for streaming, that if you're not making money streaming, then it's not. But you know, like I don't do this really. I would love to make more money doing this. Always the goal, make money doing what you like to do. Maybe one day I'll be like a big popular streamer making that bread, you know? But you know, like for now, that's not the case, and I'm fine with that. But like, yeah, it just wasn't fulfilling. I would take pictures and I would look at them on my phone, and I would always say, when I stop being a femboy, like who am I even gonna send these to? Like who's gonna see these? I'm not dating anyone. Like these are pictures you would probably send to someone you're dating, right? You would think, or in a relationship with. Like who are you gonna send these to? Plus half these pictures were on the internet at one point, so it's like it doesn't feel exclusive to like whoever you're a partner with. These were all questions I really had to think. Or like job opportunities. I've already had a few but like affiliation goals or whatever, like opportunities already passed me up because they were like, oh, you post new content, and then they moved on. I had the wrong thought that I don't have enough time. Enough time to do things in your life. I was going through my pictures when I was like cleaning them up from my album, my photo library, and I had like the same feeling too. It was like I looked back, and I even looked back at like my older pictures when I was a lot younger and stuff, and I would sit there and I'm like, how did I go from this to this ultra freaked out like goon bait, essentially? Like how did I go from this to that? What happened? Well, I know what happened, but still, like, it's like, damn. But then I also think about, like, you know, some things happen in life and they lead you to where you are now, and if those things didn't happen, you wouldn't be where you are now. It doesn't matter like what position you are in at the current moment, but if the things in the past didn't happen, you still wouldn't be where you are, good or bad, you know? Like I probably probably wouldn't even be here streaming. I probably wouldn't be streaming. I probably would have never met any of you guys, like any of you guys. So like, you know, even if the past kind of felt a little wasted and shit, it's always good to look at it a way as like, even if the times were bad or you feel like you really did nothing with your life, you still, even if you go back and change everything, everything that happens now would never happen again. But also you learn from your mistakes too, you know? Like if you didn't go through the issues and mistakes that you made and things that happen, you would never learn, you know? It just depends on how you look at things, you know? But yeah, what I do now where I stream and I play games and shit and I talk to you guys, I would take this any day over posting Femboy content. Doing the Femboy shit it got to a point where it was so mind-numbing. It just wasn't even worth it. I didn't gain anything out of doing it. Is he mid? I'm confused. He was. People so weird and rude too. Piss me off. Good advice. Yeah. Like, you know, why is your name... Wait, why does your name sound like Blowjob? Okay, look. When Blue first came here, that is exactly... I did tell Blue that. I was like, why does your name sound like Blowjob? W blowjobs. That's the sound that Blue's name makes. You wanna know another thing is when I was thinking about all this too, is like I don't wear the clothes outside of my room. So like, you know what I mean? Like what's even the point of even wearing this in the first place? It's like you're not gonna wear it outside of your room. Don't you think it's kind of pointless? Like I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this is kind of pointless. Like what's the goal? Like what is the end goal of doing this? I mean, I guess, well, I'm not knocking people who do it. This is just my personal experience. First pair of thigh highs the other day, life's immediately better. Yeah, that's how I was when I was in the beginning. Like in the beginning, it was all nice and shit. Cause there was before like I didn't know people posted them. I just saw the memes of being a femboy. I never actually saw like femboys. And I also wasn't on Twitter at the time either. But you know, now I just tell myself it's okay. There's a lot of gay people who get dicked down without having to wear feminine clothing. So when I look at it that way, I think I'm pretty fine.